Welcome. My name is Friday Gretchen Treur. I'm the Visitor Experience Lead at the Museum of Ventura County, and I have the pleasure today of interviewing Mr. John Nava. John.
Hi.
Hi. I'm happy to be here in your studio.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here.
I love being here. I could move in. I want to talk a little bit about the Neo-Icon series and overall about your process.
Well, when I did the project, it was in 2005 and 2006 in the run-up and to the Iraq War. Early on, there had been this, it had come out that there had been torture going on at Abu Ghraib prison in Iraq. I wanted to do something that was about that issue. I wanted to do something that was unlike political works of dissent that people were familiar with and that might surprise people and lead people to actually confront some of the ideas and think about what was going on. One of the ideas was that this group of neocons, these Dick Cheney and Rumsfeld and Bush and all these guys, a bunch of old guys, you know, get it in their head to prosecute a war, and the people who pay the price for that, in addition to American taxpayers who have to pay all this money to support the war, are young people, are kids. Young people are kind of the invisible pawns in this geopolitical game that was being played. These are kids. These are young kids. They're like our children, and their lives are the ones that are at risk, and their generation is going to be the generation that's going to have to pay for this with their blood and with their money. I wanted to highlight that these people were central to this drama and were not being observed or paid attention to.
Do you consider these pieces patriotic?
I consider them, of course, to be extremely patriotic in the sense that they celebrate the most fundamental core principle of the American Constitution. The First Amendment is about freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And of course, this is what the right wing, this is what Trump and all these other, they hate that. They hate dissent. They hate, they hate the malcontents, But this is the difference between a true democracy and a dictatorship and a tyranny. So actually, the irony is that the most American gesture, the most patriotic gesture, is the ability to dissent.
I thought I knew what you might say.
It's the First Amendment. Don't forget it.
Okay. What do you want viewers to take away from these works?
On the one hand, holding all these, this self-image, idealistic self-image, and the actual realities of our situation, and that contradiction, that slippage between those things, I wanted people to confront that. And it's not, we aren't these, white-hatted good guys all the time, and we have to stand guard against slipping into tyranny. We shouldn't make light about dismissing, in the case of this work, dismissing the Geneva Accords and the conventions about torture. Those are serious evils, and I wanted people to become conscious of that, and to provoke the consciousness of it, and to point out the really the un-Americanness of it, the inhumanity of that, and to be informed of it, and hopefully to condition their choices going forward, because swallowing this nonsense that these propagandists give us to defend all this stuff it leads to disaster.
Thank you, John, for taking the time to sit with me today
Sure.
and engage in a conversation about patriotism.